Hi, I'm here with Frank Delatry, Vice President of Business Development for Musashi Energy Solutions. We're here in beautiful Texas at the 7x24 Exchange Conference, and I'm going to be asking Frank a little bit about Musashi, the solution we're debuting here, and some other fun facts for you guys. So Frank, tell me, well, first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Danny. Appreciate that.
And tell me a little bit more about Musashi.
Be glad to. So Musashi is a Japanese-based company, has been traditionally in the automotive industry for a number of years. And of course, with the change from combustion engines to EVs, Musashi is also kind of diversifying their business to take advantage of electric vehicle electrification. So Musashi has been developing and been investing in energy storage, some for EVs, but also some for stationary applications. So Musashi has decided to really have a presence in stationary electric energy storage. And one of the things that they've done now is developed a technology to use for backup of large data center facilities. And so we're introducing that product here at 7x24. It's been a great show so far, and a lot of excitement about this technology.
Awesome. That's great to hear. So could you tell me a little bit more about specifically the hybrid supercapacitor technology that I keep hearing about at the show?
Sure. So hybrid supercapacitors is really kind of melding two technologies together, taking the best of both to combine it into a solution that is really ideal for data center operators. So you have capacitors, sometimes referred to as ultracapacitors. They have the ability to have high power, but their energy levels of being able to provide that power is not so great. But then you have lithium-ion batteries, which are based on lithium, which have the ability to have long life and give you long runtime and high energy density. So hybrid supercapacitors, what we're doing is we're combining kind of the best of both of those technologies, where we have the high power density of capacitors, but we also have energy storage reaching lithium-ion capabilities, but without all the safety and the concerns around lithium-ion batteries. So we think it's an ideal solution for people who are just using energy storage to be able to bridge from a power outage to get to their emergency generator backup.
Awesome. Sounds great. So with that technology, can you kind of tell me more about this unit itself and weight savings, how much power it has, things of that nature compared to other solutions or just the solution in general?
Love to. So this is the Musashi product called the ESS400. It's based on the hybrid supercapacitor technology. It is specifically designed for large three-phase UPS applications. As we know, data centers in general are growing in their power capacity. So in this particular cabinet, we can actually achieve up to 400 kilowatts of power in a very small footprint. So when the data center has megawatts of power, by having a very high density power package, we can take up less real estate in that data center. In addition to that, some of the drivers that data center operators are looking for is, hey, I need to operate my data center at higher temperatures. I need to have something that's really kind of maintenance free because I don't have a lot of resources to go around and check everything. And I also have to have something that's going to last me a long time. And so all those things are attributes of this technology in that the hybrid supercapacitors have the ability to last for 15 years. They have the ability to operate at higher temperatures, and they also require little or no maintenance at all. So it really kind of checks all the boxes that this particular industry is interested in having as a solution without the safety concerns of thermal runaway associated with lithium-ion batteries.
Awesome, thank you. And so as far as kind of going back to Musashi and the company here, where are these being manufactured? Can you kind of tell us the plans for that?
Sure. So the cells themselves are actually manufactured in the factory in Japan. They have been for several years. And that's a high volume automated facility, a big investment Musashi has made in that facility. And so those cells are brought over to the US where we actually assemble those cells into configured modules. And then those modules are put into a cabinet that allows us to be able to provide the required voltage levels and the power levels that a data center operator would need. So the idea here is assembled in the US. We have volume manufacturing in Japan, so we have already kind of gone over that curve of early adoption to basically volume manufacturing. So it allows us to kind of get our cost in line which means that we can be competitive both on a initial purchase price, CapEx, for this type of technology, and then offer significant value in the life cycle cost, because over 15 years plus, there's no requirement for replacement. There's very little maintenance or any maintenance that's required for the technology. And because we can operate at higher temperatures, it saves the data center in cooling costs.
Great. And as far as kind of, users looking to use this technology, how flexible is it? Can you combine multiple modules? Can you, make bigger systems, smaller systems? How flexible is it for different users' needs?
Great question. Yeah, that's the key. Is a lot of the data centers want to have scalability, right? They might start with a megawatt UPS, but initial loads might be only half that, right? So this technology allows the data center operators to kind of use what they need today, but also be able to scale. And the idea here is normally you would have 400 kilowatts, maybe you would have 3 of these for a megawatt, but maybe you start with 2 because your load's not so great, and then add the third later on. So it has that scalability, flexibility, but it's really designed for, let's say, large data center type construction. We're not talking about 400 kilowatts is a lot of power for, let's say, a single operator with a single rack of servers. But when you're talking about hyperscale data centers, you're talking about co-location data centers, these are magnitudes of, minimum of 50 megawatts up to, 300, 400 megawatts of power. So they need bigger building blocks of power to kind of construct up to that level.
Great. And if I'm, interested in using this technology, are you providing it to end users? Are you working with consultants? How can I, get my hands on the technology, and who are you working with within the space?
Very good. So what we're doing right now is we are in the ramp-up phase of the actual assembly of the cabinets. So they will become available here in Q1 of 2024. We plan to go out and really educate the market on this technology, because the benefits of this technology are need to be explained to consultants who are designing data centers, to end users who are operating data centers, because once they see the benefits of the technology, we feel that there'll be a large adoption of the technology. So we are ramping up our production facility in Michigan. Musashi operates 25 manufacturing plants around the world, so they really know manufacturing. So the manufacturing for this particular product will be in Michigan, and it will be at an existing Musashi facility, and we'll be in full volume commercial production by Q2 of next year. We are engaging with a lot of the major UPS suppliers that are very interested in offering a solution with their UPS to their clients. So we hope to maybe have some announcements on those here in the next few months.
Great. And I know you said there was, not major safety concerns or toxicity, but are you still going through any certifications, like through UL, just to, check that box?
That's a great question. Yeah, there's a lot of course, concerns regarding safety with the adoption of lithium-ion in this space. And we've all seen the documented cases of things that have gone bad sometimes in those cases. Now, our level of energy storage is not the level of a lithium-ion battery, but even so, we want to give our users confidence that they can deploy this product safely. So we're going to go ahead and invest in getting UL 1973, which is UL safety for stationary energy storage, and we're also going to test to the 9540A standards. So even though our amount of energy level doesn't really require those from a fire code standard, we're going to go ahead and check those boxes to give an extra level of, let's say, security, comfort to our customers who might want to deploy this technology.
Great. And then, for teams that are used to that 5 minutes of backup power, where this really isn't the goal of the system, what do you say to that for people that are, whether they use it or not, are used to kind of more of a 5-minute backup time? Yeah,
it's an interesting question. It's a little bit of a paradigm shift that's coming in the marketplace. And you have to realize that lead-acid batteries and lithium-ion batteries are kind of designed for discharge over a period of time. They're not designed for high power, short energy. So when you go to ask a supplier for a lithium solution or a lead-acid solution, they're going to tell you, well, 5 minutes is your minimum. So that's what they go with. In reality, when they look at how really they use the energy storage, even though they might have 5 minutes, as soon as that power cuts out, all these generators are designed to be online within 10 seconds. So they might have 5 minutes, but they're only using the first 10, 15, 20 seconds of that energy storage. And that's exactly what we're designed to do, is bridge that gap without wasteful additional capacity that really is no use to them. So that's the benefit of this type of hybrid supercapacitor technology.
Great. Is there anything else that you think people should know about the technology, Musashi, future plans, anything I didn't ask you already?
I think maybe if you could continue to follow us on LinkedIn. We have a brand new website that we launched, so it has a lot of technical information as well as application information on our technology. And that way you can keep updated as we make inroads into adoption of the technology. And our roadmap is very strong in terms of the cell development that's even going to increase our energy density in future years. So I think the road looks bright for us. Musashi, again, highly invested in energy storage, and I think we are going to be seen and more often in this type of environment than we have currently.
Well, Frank, thank you very much
Danny,
for all the information.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the time.